I'm going to speak along with Adam Gardner, who's our program manager for the western part of the country, for our great friend Charles Gerrard. And it's really my honor to be here to speak for Chucky. So, how do we even begin to? I'm going to read. Sorry, because I'm going to need the notes. How do we even begin to sum up Chucky's contributions to our sport and our association? Chucky's one of those rare individuals who took on mythical status early in his career. A living legend who inspired the famous "Chucky Would Do It" T-shirts and stickers that floated around for years. Hailing originally from Manitoba, Chucky started riding at 13. He even had the goatee then. He began teaching at age 16 in Quebec, eventually making his way to Lake Louise. I remember in my early years hearing about this legendary rider, the guy with the impossibly long beard, who taught students that trees were mostly air, often demonstrating his ability to launch himself into the canopy and miraculously ride out the other side. Over the years, I had the pleasure and occasional terror of riding and teaching and traveling with Chucky to deliver CASI programs and exams around the country. I learned quickly that nothing with Chucky is ever done at half speed, and you better be ready for whatever he has in mind. Watching Chucky ride, you genuinely get the sense he was born with a snowboard strapped to his feet. He's not a big guy, but he has the strength-to-weight ratio of an ant. He typically rides a board much bigger than anyone else, often one he's built himself, and he manhandles into some truly impressive stunts. He's a one-footed big air champion and has the reflexes of a cat, always finding a way to get upside down and somehow land back on his feet.
Hey Chucky, what's your stance width? 26.
To this day, I couldn't tell you if he's regular goofy. He doesn't spend enough time in either stance to give you a chance to figure it out. Sorry, I was going to give you the chance to go in the early days. Do you want to start?
It's all good, yeah. Yeah, I actually can't even remember when me and Chucky met. It was probably in the passive CASI land, but somehow we got paired up. Some sort of destiny happened where we ended up teaching a lot of level 3 and 4 programs together and spending a lot of time together, and some really long drives in your old truck that I used to call the tractor because it only went like 60 kilometers an hour. So we drive from here to Whistler in about a day and a half. And I would always ask what was under the tarp in the back, and it was usually a bunch of dead Canada geese from whatever you're doing in Manitoba, so always a good time. Yeah, super funny. But yeah, I don't know, we started hanging out a lot, and outside of snowboarding as well, we kind of became really good friends and started to do all kinds of funny, crazy stuff together. Working with Chucky was always great. He always had tons and tons of respect in the group because he was a total animal on the snowboard. And also working with him, I would watch him just twitch all day. Like, imagine just taking a bottle of pop and then shaking it all day, and when the course was done, opening it. And that was Chucky in a nutshell, working with him. Yeah, super funny. Always had to release the energy. He brought a lot of credibility to CASI for me because of his riding was explosive. It was amazing. It was super impressive, and I was going to take a stab at Trevor, but he's not here, but I was going to say your C-shaped turn compared to Chucky's riding was night and day, so for me it really sold me on the whole CASI thing here, so yeah. Yeah, in the early days, tons of crazy stuff. We partied really hard. I decided not to tell too many of those stories to incriminate either of us. Can save that for our funerals because there was a lot of crazy stuff that went on for sure. But I'm sure everyone in the room here has a crazy Chucky story. Yeah, I think tonight's more about just celebrating what a solid dude he is. Yeah. I will say though, at one of the fall evaluator training events, it was the first year they had the code of ethics that everyone had to sign. We looked at each other and we were like, damn, is this because of us?
No.
No, no.
No, that was out of us. Yeah.
Want me to go?
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Continuing on. There's lots here with Chucky.
Oh, yeah.
So, as an evaluator, I've had more than a few head-shaking moments working on level 3 or 4 exams as I'd watch Chucky perform a bumps demo on a ride-off, definitely going upside down. And then I'd look back at the course candidates who all had that wide-eyed, we're supposed to do that look of fear in their eyes the whole time, knowing nobody else could actually do that. But beneath the rough exterior, the impromptu pull-ups, and the high energy, Chucky has always possessed a huge heart and a finely tuned way of getting the most out of his students. I've been on the receiving end of having him coerce me into doing something I never thought I'd do on a snowboard, and not just because I was afraid he'd headbutt me if I didn't. It's because he's a great teacher who truly cares about his students' success. In recent years, Chucky's taken his skills to the next level, accomplishing the truly impressive feat of becoming a fully certified ACMG mountain guide. This follows in the footsteps of some serious titans of our sport, and it's a testament to his relentless dedication to the mountains. Throughout those amazing accomplishments, Chucky has always found time for CASI and the people that make our association great. Chucky's influence on CASI is clear, immense, and enduring. His positive impact on snowboard instruction in Canada and around the world is evident in the sheer number of people who ask about him routinely. His mythical status lives on as one to imitate, and for me, he's been someone to emulate, not just as a snowboarder, but as a person for many years. Congrats, Chucky.
Woo. Not done with you yet, Chucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jeff mentioned that, people always looking up to Chucky's riding style, and I still have people to this day, especially ski race coaches, I guess they usually come up to me and say, is that angry little guy with the beard still working with you guys? I saw that guy do the craziest stuff, and that's kind of the legacy that you left. And when people haven't got to experience it, but they've heard it, I usually describe Chucky's riding style as, imagine a hockey fight and a snowboard had a baby. That's Chucky. I just remember this other time that we were on evaluator training and we were paired up to give each other feedback, and Luke got all mad because he's, how the fuck can I give you feedback? You do 55 180s in 1 minute. He was just super mad. So I just thought that was super funny. Yeah. The other funny thing that happened, I said I wasn't going to share too many bad stories, but Chucky and I were working on a level 4 exam, and we gave everyone 5 minutes at the end to, debrief with us. We had a candidate, they're probably not in the room, hopefully, but started to get a little bit, disagreeing with us, and Chucky looked at his watch, 5 minutes is up, punches him out of his chair, and then the next year he got the National Evaluator of the Year award. Pretty awesome. So Chucky's not only an awesome snowboarder and teacher and philosopher, he's also he's a living legend in all things redneck, and I think that's what brought us together. We've done all kinds of crazy stuff together, cutting down trees and building go-karts and shooting stuff, doing all kinds of stuff. The reason I mention this, though, it kind of comes back to some of his recent paths. We've worked together a lot in Alpine. He sets up the Alpine Club of Canada's General Mountaineering Camp. We got some friends in the room here from the camp as well, and I think it was just a really good blend of mountaineering, mountain crazy stuff, and crazy redneck stuff. So the General Mountaineering Camp is basically, we fly up in a helicopter, Chucky looks out the window, points at a spot, and we set up a mini city up there. So there's tons of people up there that see this guy running around with plumbing equipment and electrical equipment, and he's doing carpentry work at all the same time. And they kind of feel the same way that we do about him and his snowboarding. So you remove the snowboarding from the equation, and he's still old Chucky here. The last thing I'll say is, this is a funny joke that I said to Jeff the other day, but as Chucky kind of grows and gets more responsible in life, his beard just keeps getting shorter.
And shorter and shorter, yeah.
It used to be here, and now it's here.
Yeah.
Love you, man.
Yeah. Congrats, Chucky.
Nice, man.
I'll give you one of these.
Here you go, Chucky. Speech,
Yeah,
Chucky. Speech.
Yeah, no pressure, eh? Jeez. I just want to say thank you so much. This is a huge honor. If I wasn't a snowboarder, I would probably be a criminal. It really helped me channel some energy. It really did. And it continues to in just a little bit more bigger mountains than outside of the slopes. I try to always incorporate CASI in with the ACMG, the other guiding corporations as well. And I'm now examining for some of their movement write-offs and trying to help them out into making sure that snowboarders are recognized on the IFMGA stage as well. So that we're not just snowboarders, we're mountain people. And this is where we belong, just out there having fun, eh? Thanks a lot.